Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Rob here. Welcome to week number 23 of the Dividend Investing Case Study. If you guys are new to the channel, the Dividend Investing Case Study is basically a case study where every single week I put money into dividend stocks and I track my progress and show you guys everything that I'm doing along the way. I started this portfolio at the beginning of this year and we are on week number 23 so far. So before we go any further into the video and I show you guys what stocks I'm going to be picking for this week, let's take a jump back a little bit and let's see how much we made in dividends for the month of May. As you guys can see here, we made a total of $7.79 in dividends for the entire month of May. So in order to give you guys a better representation of how much $7 is, and I know it doesn't sound like much, but you can see that our portfolio is slowly starting to grow over time. Now $7 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but what I like to do is every single month I like to kind of do something to show you guys a representation of that money. So last month we bought some groceries, and then the month before that we bought some more groceries. So for this week I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm basically going to show you guys a physical representation of that money in coins, because like $7 on a piece of paper or the number doesn't really seem like much, but you'll see that once you start earning more, you can actually do a lot with your dividends and money will start to grow over time. So let's take a quick peek and see how much money it actually is if we've taken into we take a physical representation of the dividends that we made for May. So as you guys can see here, I got a bunch of coins here, and again, I know this is kind of silly, but this is just a nice little physical representation of your money. And imagine just kind of pocketing this money at the end of the month. Somebody just gives you for owning these dividend-based stocks, and you didn't have to do any work for it. So hope you guys enjoyed that little bit, and I hope that inspires you. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that really inspires you to keep going, especially in the beginning, and it really does add up over time. Alright, let's jump into our portfolio. I'm going to be showing you guys how our stock's doing and what I'm going to be buying for this week. And last but not least, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you guys want more dividend investing and personal finance based videos. Alright guys, so we're inside my Wealthsimple Trade account. I have my tax-free savings account. That's what I'm keeping my dividends inside of. And we have $2,438. That's the total value of our portfolio right now, today's date. And we can see here that the stock market actually has gone up quite a bit. And I've seen this in my portfolio and this one. I've seen it in my REIT investing, and I've also seen it in my main Wealthsimple account. All my portfolios have basically gone up quite a bit. And over the next couple days, I'm going to be doing actually my May stock portfolio, like all my portfolio updates for May. When you guys will see that like everything has basically risen up quite a bit here. So the tax-free savings account for my dividend stocks are up 8% in the past month. That's 8% in 1 month. That's $206. And we go to all time, we are actually up $43. 1.78%. So if you guys remember, like for the past month or two, we were down quite a bit, like a couple $100. But you can see that just regularly putting money in, reinvesting every single week, you know, putting like $100 a week kind of thing in, reinvesting my dividends and just slowly growing that portfolio, we are now up again. And this is just how stocks go. So kind of interesting, right? So I like to do this because I want to show you guys that you just gotta kind of ride out the waves, and over time your portfolio will just kind of balance itself out. So let's take a quick peek over my stocks. I'll kind of go over them really quickly, guys, before we go into the video, and I show you guys what I'm going to be buying for this week. So the first stock we have here is Bank of Nova Scotia, and keep in mind, one thing I want to do is over time I'm probably going to kind of get rid of some of these stocks and kind of cut down my portfolio a little bit. I might even kind of go more down pick like an ETF or two to focus on, and then I might buy like maybe like a small handful of individual stocks, but I do kind of want to clean it up here and there. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. So the first stock we have is Bank of Nova Scotia, very, very good stock. I think we bought this last week. A very, very good stock. I think all the Canadian bank stocks are really good right now. Second we have is Enbridge. Enbridge is a utilities company based out of Canada. Once again, really solid stock. We have PIF, which is Polaris Infrastructure, another Canadian stock doing really, really well. We have RNW. This was recommended by somebody from the channel. TransAlta Renewables. I think this is a gold mining company, if I remember correctly. Then we have SIS. This was another one we bought last week. Last week I bought two stocks that were recommended to me. That was the Bank of Nova Scotia, and then we bought Severia Corp, which is kind of like a healthcare accessibility type. They do things like wheelchairs and stuff like that. So this is a stock that I think in the future will probably do really, really well, as some other people are predicting as well. Next up we have is Shaw. Shaw Communications is basically an internet company, phone-based company out of Canada. They're pretty much everywhere where I am, and I think they're a pretty good stock to hold. Also have a very good dividend. Then we have TD, another bank stock in Canada. Once again, you can't go wrong with the bank stocks. Then we have VDY, which is a Vanguard Canadian High Dividend Yield Index. and then we have VYMI, which is actually going to be the ETF that I'm going to be buying for this week. I don't have a lot of US stocks in this portfolio. In fact, if we take a peek here, we can see that this only accounts for about 6% of my portfolio. So one thing I want to do is I want to kind of get more US stocks, because I think US stocks are really solid stocks, and right now the US market is up quite a bit. And US stocks is generally, over the long period of time, tend to outperform Canadian stocks. So I want to get some of that growth in this portfolio, even though we will get taxed on the dividends because they're US stocks inside of a tax-free savings account. I'm okay with that because the overall growth of the stocks will probably be more than Canadian stocks anyways. So when we do sell them, we'll make more money. We won't get taxed on the sale, right? And if you guys are confused about how that works, be sure to check out my tax-free savings account video for beginners. I'll link to it in the description of this video. You guys can check that out if you guys want to learn more about the tax-free savings account and whatnot. And then underneath here, we have XHD, another ETF, and then we have a couple more ETFs that I'm not really going to go over. But one thing I do want to kind of do, like I said, is I want to kind of clean up the portfolio. But this week we're going to be buying a few shares of VYMI. Once again, this is a US ETF. This might be the only US ETF or stocks we have in this portfolio. So, 6% is pretty low. I like to get that up to more, maybe like 10 or 15 or 20% kind of thing. So I'm going to be buying a couple shares of VYMI. I'm probably going to buy about 2 shares because that'll cost me about maybe $150-ish, which is what I'm going to be putting in for this week. So I'm going to be buying a couple shares of that as much as I can. So VYMI is going to be the ETF that I'm buying for this week. So let me know what you guys think in the comments for that. And before we go any further and we check out the earnings for the entire, I like to go over the earnings before the end of the video. Let's check out the dividends that we got for the past week or so. Remember, because it's the end of the month, it was the end of May, beginning of June, this is where most of the dividends basically pay out. So this is the fun part. This is the part that everybody likes to look forward to, because this is where we get all the nice little dividends here. But we can see here, we'll go to the end of May. So we got one from Shaw, 79 cents. We got one from REIT, 88 cents. XRE gave, actually, I'm going to have to filter this to my tax-free savings account just so it's all my dividend stocks and not my REITs. So Shaw, we got 79 cents. We have RNW, which paid us 86 cents. We have XRE, $1.77. PIF, $2. XHD, $1.09, and then Enbridge, $1.62, and then ZWC, which is Bank of Montreal, gave us a 0.88 cent dividend. So you can see that the dividends are really starting to add up. We're starting to get, I think this PIF dividend is our first $2 dividend. We just got $2 from a dividend. Pretty solid. And you guys can see here, when we first started the portfolio, they were really small dividends. We weren't even getting $1 dividend when we first started. But yeah, as you guys can see, over time, it just slowly is starting to kick up, and those dividends are now, they're just getting higher and higher. And once again, of course, we're going to be reinvesting those dividends back inside the portfolio. So let's jump over to the spreadsheet and let's go over how much money this portfolio has made to date. Alright, so here's the spreadsheet that I have here. I like to kind of go over this at the end of the video just so you guys can kind of, if you're new to the channel, you can kind of see how the portfolio has performed. But our first month in January, we made 44 cents. This was our first month. We made next to nothing, guys. And then month 2, we made $1.61. And then in month 3, we made $4.35. And then month 4 in April 2020, we made $5.22, and then May of 2020 we made $7.79. So as you guys can see, we're keep growing. It's getting bigger and bigger every single month, and then in total we made $19.41 from the portfolio. But that's starting to really grow. Like, we already made $7 for May, and that's actually like a good chunk. It's almost like 50% of our total earnings. So you can see that it starts to compound and it grows really quickly over time. So I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps out. And before we end this video, I'm just going to say that I did do a Wealthsimple trade video where I covered my 18 stocks that hold my Wealthsimple trade account. I'll put a link to that video. You can click the end screen if you guys want to check that out, as that goes more in depth into all of my stocks I hold in my Wealthsimple trade account. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll see you guys later, and take care.